Welcome back to the Bourbon Bunker. I got something different tonight. No idea. It's just something weird, something different. So we're gonna give it a shot. Let's get it poured so we can start. Excuse me, letting it open up. So this is Casey Jones. Casey Jones. Excuse me. Whew. Barrel cut, double barrel. This is a craft spirit. I catch my breath for some reason. I feel like I just ran a marathon. This is their small batch, and this is a spirit, not a bourbon. This is a spirit distilled from corn and cane. Their mash bill: yellow corn, 50%, cane sugar, 50%. They are first aged in new toasted number 4 char wood-fired barrels from Calvin Cooperage, then finished in their used bourbon barrels. I don't believe this has an age statement on it. It is square pot distilled and bottled by Casey Jones Distillery, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. So this particular bottle or batch, however they do these, this is 104.7 proof. And we'll see what we get with this. I had a little nip out of it earlier, and I was surprised. That's what we're going to say. Surprised. And we'll get back to that in a little bit. See if it all holds together, or if a little bit of time has changed the way this tastes. So right off the bat, it is sweet. I get like honey molasses, but it still smells like a bourbon, like a honey molasses bourbon. I definitely get some oak and barrel influence on it. It actually smells doesn't smell like an old whiskey. And I think when I was at the store, they had 4 different bottles, and most of them were aged at 3 years. This doesn't have an age statement on it, so I'm guessing it's around that 3-year mark. But double barrel, so you get a little more oak influence, I guess. But it doesn't smell like young or weird crafty. It actually smells like decent bourbon. It's a little vanilla. It's actually it's kind of nice. Like, it's not like like I said, you're not going to get this nose of like a real powerful, barrel proof, older bourbon. You're not going to get that, but it does smell quite nice if you're into like sweet stuff. And I typically am not into sweet bourbon. Like, I don't like typically sweet finishes or anything like that. I don't really care. I usually just stay in the lane of bourbon, like regular bourbon, double oaked. They're fine. I'm starting to go into some finishing, but it's just, I typically just like bourbon. Let's see what it tastes like. Okay, so it's a little bit, I think it's opening up. I've had this, now I'm sure it'll change even more after, days or weeks, but I just had this open for a few hours. Took a little nip out of the bit. and it was good. I was enjoying it then. That I did not have anything else to drink prior to that. I've then had a couple little tastings of bourbon since, so that's also a thing. But I'm not mad about this. Let's talk about it first. So that finish, it's actually got a really good finish. It's got like mid to back palate. A lot of this, like, it just like a sweet oak barrel char and like spice. Just that's the whole finish. With a little, like, if you took a toasted marshmallow and dipped it in all those things, like a barrel char creme brulee swirled around a marshmallow. That's kind of what that whole like mid to back palate is. In the front part, the front of the palate, I have no idea what it is. It's a mystery. Let's try it again. I don't know what that is. I have to assume that's the cane sugar, like rum kind of influence. I would assume is up front, but it works, and I like it. This would probably, I mean, this on its own, standalone, you could sip this just as I am right now, just in a Glencairn or, you know, any kind of whiskey glass. But you could, essentially what I'm saying is you could sip it neat, and it works. It's good. Is it something that I'm probably going to gravitate to every single day? No. But it's one that I will continue to pour from. In fact, the next time I'm out and about that way, I travel for work, so one of our customers up that way, I go there frequently, so if I stop by, I'm gonna try a couple of their other bottles and see what they're all about. I took a chance on this because it 50% yellow corn, 50% cane sugar is very intriguing to me, and I had to try it, and I'm glad I did. This is it's unique in its own way. I've not had anything like this, and I've had, you know, bourbon, rum finished bourbons, and this is not that. So it's on a different kind of spectrum. Yeah. It's like, this makes me want, I know about, like Foursquare. Foursquare is supposed to be a good rum, and they do some good stuff there, I hear. I've not ever had one because I don't drink rum, but this kind of makes me want to go try to find a bottle of Foursquare and spend the money on it, because the front of that palate, it doesn't taste like whiskey, it doesn't taste like bourbon, it doesn't taste like a finished bourbon, and it has its own characteristic, and I'm assuming that would be what a rum would taste like. And it's layered in that rum or whatever up front, and then it just goes right into barrel char, marshmallow, oak, and spice, and it works really well. I'm surprised. This would probably, I do not make good cocktails, but this would probably make some sort of good cocktail. I can only imagine. It's sweet in the best way possible. If you don't like sweet bourbons, I think you could still like this because of the barrel notes that are in there. It kind of brings that sweetness back down a little bit, and it's good. I paid $45 for this bottle, $45, and I'm not mad about it, and I will do it again. I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's a one-time thing I've seen, but I know where it is, and I'm gonna go get some more.